Hey, everybody. I tell you, today has been one of those days. I'm like, wow. Um, Mamahood, workhood, single parenthood, all of the above. I tell you, life is full of challenges, but it's for us to get through them. We got to get through them. It's life is going to bring us all kinds of challenges. And the stuff I went through today was just regular routine stuff. But everybody goes through something. Anyway, I'm Tanya Barbie of I Am Still a Rose in spite of it all. In spite of it all, we do what we have to do. Hey, baby, how are you? Hope you're feeling better. Um, we're going to talk about a lot tonight. Um, um, first of all, I want y'all to know we still a rose in spite of, okay? The topic tonight is about communications and integrity, intuition, clarity, all of that stuff. Relationships. A lot of us going in circles where we don't know whether we coming or going. We don't know whether we're on the right track. And if we don't know we're on the right track, why don't we know? Why don't we ask questions? If we have doubt, why don't we deal with that doubt? Why don't we challenge that doubt? Why don't we come forward with that doubt? So a friend of mine came up with this topic. He gave me a whole lot of topics. And this to me, as I was writing it up, it tied to communications, how important it is to communicate with who you are in love with. So the first question he posed to me was, do we listen to our partners to pay attention who they really are? Now, wouldn't it be something if we listen, if we did not, no, I'm sorry, if we listened to our partners and did know who they were? Something to think about. If you're with a partner and you have a lot of doubts about where the relationship is going or whether or not you should even be in this relationship, there's an issue there. And why haven't you considered approaching those issues? Is it because you're afraid if you talk about it, he or she may run? Are you afraid of the fact that the challenges might be too big and you don't want to deal with them? Is it that you're just too afraid outcome, no matter what the outcome may be? Think about that. Do we listen to our partners and pay attention to who they really are? Do you know who you're with every night or who you're dating here and there? Do you know that person from head to toe, what's in their head, how they think, whether or not they like you, whether or not they love you, whether or not they want to go the extra mile with you to marriage? What do you know about this person? And if you have any doubts, hey, you made it. If you have any doubts, have you dealt with those doubts? A lot of us are in relationships because it's a relationship and we're afraid of not having a relationship. So a relationship with someone is better than a relationship by yourself. Now that's another topic. Why can't we be in a relationship by ourselves? What is wrong with just me? What is wrong with being alone at night? Do I have to be alone if I'm in my home by myself? And I'm not saying talking to imaginary creatures, okay? I'm talking about if you are alone by yourself, are you really alone if you love and take care of yourself? Are you really alone? So back to that fact, we need to pay attention to who we call our partners. We need to know for sure they are our partners. Can you imagine living with a person for 10 years only to find out he or she has no intention of going the extra mile with you? Tima Wilson says, good subject. I've gotten back in a relationship with this person after 30 something years, trying to bring up the issues and upcoming life, but afraid might run him off again. Why? If he runs, be gone. I had a person that I love dearly of almost 5 years tell me, I'm afraid of you. Now, the good thing is he wasn't afraid of telling me how he felt. But why didn't he tell me in the first year that he was afraid of me? And I can tell you now, Wilson, that you should never be afraid of somebody running away from you. Because if they run, what we say earlier today, if someone is afraid of you and they tell you they're afraid of you, you need to run. And if you're afraid of approaching a matter that's very, very important to you, you need to run. You need to run and hope and pray that if he can't answer those questions for you, then you need to suggest that he run. But whatever the matter, in a situation when you are uneasy about approaching a partner in your life about something that's very delicate to you, very important, it doesn't make sense. Life is too short. And women, we're Rose. We're strong. Even when we're not strong, we are strong. I got a baby online tonight. She is strong because she's here to just had surgery. She don't know she's strong, but she's strong. Hey, brother, I did it for 13 years to be there for my son. But when we do that, little brother, for our children watch the animosity, the pain. And if they see it too long in a relationship, they will replicate what they see. And if we really, truly love our children, I recommend you get a house down the street and they stay in that house, and you let that baby boy go back and forth, so that he see happy home over there and he see happy home over here with his mom. But don't ever stay in a volatile relationship because you want to keep peace. Because if you don't have peace inside, I loved a person that was not even my husband. And I loved him because I wanted to know everything about him, even stuff that I didn't like. So I can make a decision, can I go further in this relationship? And what I found out is I was sacrificing my principles again. And how can Tanya Barbie sacrifice her principles again when she wrote a book, I Am Still a Rose, in spite of it all? I'm not going to document all those challenges only to come up with more challenges, have experiences with more challenges. No, because the more you go through, ladies and gentlemen, the more you should not go through. At some point, you got to set boundaries for yourself that I can't do this anymore. I don't care if he pays all your bills. I don't care if he gave you a 4-carat ring. I don't care if he bought you a brand new home. If you are sacrificing principles, and gentlemen, I don't care if that's the best sex you've ever had in your life. If that has blinded you to the point where you're sacrificing your principles, oh my God. That's a no. Hey, Yosef. Good evening, my friend. Peace and power. I appreciate you. Worst years of my life is what my little brother said. Hey, John. You will always be a rose to me, and you to me. I'm going to tell you now, we got to make changes in our lives. William, no more hurt. And don't be bitter. You cannot have hurt and still do not be bitter. You can. And what I would express to each one of you is no more drama, no more pain. It doesn't have to be that way. If you're in a relationship right now and it's a challenge for you because every time you turn around, your heart is beating. And I'm not meaning that fluttering where you want to take off your clothes and go, yeah, woo, this woman or this man, oh my gosh, all this passion, all this love, all this, I can't wait to get off from work and see him again or see her again. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that pain in your chest where you know this is not the person for you, but you hang in there because you've been there for a while. You all have maybe share a credit card, or you commute to work together, or you sleep together every night. If you are in pain and you're in a relationship and you are afraid to talk to that person you're in a relationship because you're fearful that they may leave you or they may get mad. That was my issue. I wanted peace at any cost. So I didn't rock the boat. That ain't even my character. I like rocking boats. I'm a conflict-oriented person. I don't mind managing conflict, handling conflict, creating conflict even. But I wanted peace at any cost. Even if I didn't like the things that were being said. And William said, if you're taking off clothes and you can't wait to see each other, that part is lust, William. But I'm speaking of if you have so much love for each other that you can't wait to see each other and your heart is fluttering, not necessarily for the lust part, but because you can't wait to be connected, watching Netflix or what have you. That ain't lust. I'm not talking about lust. The lust side is what's getting a lot of us in trouble. And if you are 45 and above, lust should be the last thing on your mind, because we should know better here to not let lust control our thoughts, our actions. We should know better at this age and at this point in time. And if we don't, you need to call me offline so I can share a lot of stories with you about people lusting And I hear so many stories. John says conflict is sometimes necessary for change to happen for the better. Yes, John. And it's sad that we are sometimes afraid of that conflict. And communication is part of conflict. It's going to be some conflict when you communicate, because somebody is not going to like what you say, and you're not going to like what somebody says, but at least you're talking about it. But guess what? You can't just talk about it. A lot of people shut down when you bring to their attention, I don't like this. I don't like this. This makes me uncomfortable, and I wish you would stop it. The average person would be like, well, dang, I didn't know she felt that way about me. Oh, I got an attitude with her. I ain't going over there tonight. I'm going over Lucy's house. So then the young lady or the elderly lady or whatever, she regrets that she stepped to him and told him how she felt. She regrets it because as Wilson said tonight, I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want to go through that again. I didn't want the disconnect again. We already been there, done that. No, if you want a solid relationship, you have to freely be able to communicate back and forth. And if you can't do that, it's not going to work. Unless you're okay with a rocky road, roller coaster relationship where there is no continuity, no connection, always this. Who wants all that friction? Who wants all that friction? It doesn't have to be. And why we have so much friction in relationships is because we're not on the same page. We're always, one is here, one is here. Nobody's ever together. When they're not like this, glued on the same page, trying to make it work, and both are aware of their challenges and they're working them out one by one, it's not going to work. And why are we so afraid to say, excuse me, I don't like that. You need to say that another way. Now, a lot of times women, especially women of color, have stepped back because we have been accused of being the angry Black woman with the heads, the switching and the neck, and the you don't tell me, and you don't do this. And no, call it what you want. If you are hurting a Black woman, another woman of color, and she's being expressive to you that this hurts me, screw you. Call it what you want. Anger is anger. If she's had it up to here and she's tried everything with you, and all you can say is, that's why I don't deal with angry Black women. How about not making them angry? How about not hurting them? How about treating them with respect? How about treating them like you would want someone to treat your mom? How about that? Or your sister? Or, woo, this is a hard one, or your daughter. How about that? If we can treat people the way we want to be treated, we would see a whole lot of differences in relationships and coming together as one. Because I learned a powerful lesson in those almost 5 years. I'm going to stand up for my rights. I ain't got no peace unless I got peace within. So rather than, oh, I can't say nothing, I'm gonna keep my cool. I ain't gonna try to be the angry Black woman today. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna pray about it. Rather than be that person, I'm gonna say, excuse me, can we talk about what just happened? Or I don't feel comfortable about what just happened, and I'd like to talk to you about it. And that's how we should be. back and forth. Not just the woman, the man too. My thoughts, you're good, but I think it's lust because after all this time, couldn't be love. It depends on what you're talking about. There is true love out here where you can't wait to see each other and curl up and watch Netflix and ain't gotta be no sex involved. That's what I'm talking about tonight. I'm not talking about lust. We're going to get that another night because there are a lot of people still lusting at my age and older. And it just breaks my heart. I'm not talking about that tonight. Denise. Hey, Denise. I dropped my ex-boyfriend 1 week before Valentine's Day. I knew he wasn't the one. I let go of what wasn't good for me. Yes, Denise. You get the prize tonight. You got to let go of what's not good for you instead of trying to work it out. You can't work out mess. You can't clean up garbage. You can't clean it up. It's garbage any way you package it. You can't reason with garbage. You can't reason with someone who is, I'm not listening. I don't want it. And don't let them think they're better than you. Oh my gosh. They will never understand you. They will expect you to rise up to them and the way they think and to accept whatever they say or do. William says we're giving ourselves We're giving up ourselves too fast, not taking the time to get to know each other. We go out 2 and 3 times and we bed a boyfriend or girlfriend already. It's not good. Little brother, I decided to try Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man. Think Like a Man. Y'all help me with the title of it. Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. 3 months. Don't do anything for 3 months, 90 days. Did all that. Still didn't work. Still didn't work. But I tell you this, I value myself better and I learned even more from this situation. Because now I know that was a good thing. I'd already raised the bar. No, not today. You just met me. You ain't hitting this. I did do that. 90 days. And ladies and gentlemen, William is right. We do need to take our time, especially in my age group. I understand young people. I'm not even going to talk about y'all tonight. I'm not going to go there. But in our age group, why? Didn't we do that enough back then? We still got to know having sex with somebody does not constitute a relationship. And when you do have sex with them, you got them. You got, if it's a woman, for instance, okay, Tanya have sex with John. John been with Judy, Lucy, Renee. I've been with Johnny, Lonnie, and Ken, and all that drama is with us now. All their spirits, all that drama, all that hatred, all that lust, all that everything, all their pain, all of that is now a part of us. Because we weren't meant to be whoring around, being with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Lucy, Jen, and Veronica. We weren't meant to be like that. And when we become that way, it causes more mess. And for a woman to think, oh, I'm gonna hook him up tonight. He ain't gonna never want to end with me. Really? What makes you think yours is better than mine? What would make me think mine is better than yours? Okay, so you might know a trick I don't know, but at the end of the day, dude gonna leave you, dude gonna leave me, dude gonna start with somebody else. Thank you, John, for the name of the book. Do we really want that in our lives? Are we that desperate now that we have to compromise our principles and who we are? And if we don't have principles, that's a thought. How about getting some? How about mentoring, connecting with someone who you know has them so that she can share them with you? Or just observe her, because I know how them sisters are. We hate on each other. We got to work on that. We have to work on that. But that's another night. But I'm here to tell you, y'all, we got to communicate better. We got to know who we are dealing with. We got to know. Another, what mechanism do you use to ensure he or she is the one for you? Now, what's wrong with an interview? You go on the interview on a job, and I don't mean sit there and ask questions. Have you ever been betrayed? Do you listen to that inner voice? I'm not talking about, don't intimidate the person, but observe. Stop looking at the outer, the nice hair, the handsome complexion, the fine physique and the muscles. Don't, because the muscles could turn into some flab real soon. And that other stuff can stop working real soon or later in life. Let's don't put that on nobody tonight. But you got to get to know the person. So why not observe them? Take some time. And don't think you're going to whip somebody into loving you physically. No. Just be patient. As William says, once we get past the honeymoon stage, our true colors come out. You're absolutely right. And in this case, William, it came out 4.5 years later. And thank God, because I would have been in another divorce. So with that being said, we do have to be patient. Get to know people. Hang out. Go out. Dance. Go to the park. Hold hands. Go to the movies. What is the rush? How are you going to get to know somebody and you done walk them up to your bedroom on the second date? You won't know them at that point. You've killed it at that point. And if you are in a relationship with somebody that started that way, I'm sorry, it's going to be rocky for you. It's going to be rocky because you haven't taken the time to really get to know that person. And once you've become intimate, you've skipped phases. And just like a child who grows up too fast, doesn't go to the clubs, doesn't go out, doesn't do those things, just work all the time, they'll be 60 years old twerking, in the club twerking, because they missed that phase in their lives. When you miss them, you just all over the place. You gotta take your time in these relationships. And you can't be afraid to say, can we talk? I just had a few questions, or I needed to ask you about something you said the other day. It really bothered me, and I just want to talk about it, if that's okay with you. Because when you do that, you're letting them know, oh, ooh, she ain't one I can talk to any kind of way. She ain't one that I'm going to be able to disrespect. You know, I was told one day by I believe I put that in I'm Still a Rose, ex-boyfriend. He told me a time he would call me a lot after he got married. And I'm like, hey, I'm at work, dude. Why you calling me? It's why you want to know how I'm doing? You married somebody else. I gotta go. Bye. Clicker. He called me back a day later. I've been thinking about what you said. And I want you to know the reason I didn't marry you is because I can go out anytime I want. I don't have to come in until I want to come in. And she ain't gonna never say nothing. He said, if I had married you, now he had some explicit words in there, but I'm gonna keep them out just in case your kids are in the background. He said, if I had married you, I would have, let me tell you, if I had married you, you would have locked me out of my own house. And I was grateful for that. Because what that told me was he respected me enough to say, I ain't gonna mess with her because I'm not gonna be able to disrespect her. And I cherish that. I'm not friends with him because that taught me a lot kind of person he was. But I never forgot him telling me that. And that was like maybe 7, 8 years ago when he told me that. So that means we got to stand up for what we believe in. And we cannot be in a relationship and be in pain. Oh, I dread going over there. Oh, she always complaining. She called me this the other day and I'm going to talk to her about it, but I don't want to make her mad again. I'm afraid she going to kick me to the curb anyway, the way she talking about me. Why are you with her? Why are you afraid to be by yourself? And why are you there for the sake of the kid when you might even die of a heart attack because of the stress? And then you won't be there for the sake of the child. So we got to think about that too, ladies and gentlemen. We got to think about that too. We have some more questions because oh Lord, I'm missing all these. I'm sorry. William says, thank you all for joining tonight. I appreciate you. Not everyone is ready for commitment. Ask, ask, ask. Then let them prove it for both man and woman. I'm tie-tongued on that one because I wouldn't have never been in a relationship with somebody for almost 5 years if I did not believe a commitment was forthcoming. I would have never done that. But actions were leading to that. Actions. But at the same time, the man said he was afraid. Lord have mercy. And you know what I did when somebody say they're afraid of Tanya Barbie, little old Tanya Barbie? I ran. Because to me, that means the person was not confident enough. He was not mature enough. And he just couldn't handle all this. And I had to accept that. And does that mean I dummy me down because he can't dummy his dumb self up? No. Don't you ever dummy yourself down to make somebody else comfortable. Don't you ever take yourself out of who you are, who you worked hard to be, working, school, taking care of kids, doing everything you can do to make a life better for you and your family. And somebody wants you to tone it down a little bit because they're comfortable in their little cocoon. No. You don't even be with somebody who doesn't have goals and aspirations and want to do something in life the way that you want to do something in life. Now, if you don't want to do anything in life and your partner don't want to do anything, y'all sit there in a cocoon together and love on each other. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about one that wants to do a lot, and you got one that doesn't like the fact that you want to do all that, and they want you to tone it down a little bit. That means you're not supposed to be together. Denise says the question is, where do we as men and women of good draw the line? You got to stand firm in what you believe and don't compromise your principles for nobody. Nobody. It's if you do that, you're only hurting yourself, because the dude or the woman, they don't even have a clue. They don't even have a clue. And let me tell you something I've learned. When you love on yourself fully, you will start to attract better and better and better. You will upgrade. You will upgrade. Hey, sweetheart, you will upgrade. We don't need no more sorrow in our lives. It doesn't make sense. Why? Why would you be on a date for the 5th time and that person has irritated you all night, and you really like this person and you're afraid to say, can you repeat what you just said? I'm kind of trying to understand. I don't like it. You made me feel uncomfortable. We need to talk about this. And I understand people don't like that tone. We need to talk about this. I don't care. You gotta be firm in what you believe in, or you will be walked over. And you will be disrespected, and you will not go far in life in a relationship. And who in the world in our age group wants to go back and forth? Back and forth. Remember the baseball, the dance, the back and forth with the baseball. Why? But one thing for sure, you got to love you. We got to love ourselves. I've learned a lot from that relationship. I've learned what I won't take. And we don't have to be an angry black woman, ladies, to just say, excuse me, I don't appreciate what you said. And I'm going to add to that. The gentleman was upset about something I did in my own home with my guest. And he disappeared for 5 weeks. And then called me and text me and said, hey, we need to talk about this. No. There's nothing to talk about. Your actions spoke loud and clear. Give me my key. I will give you yours. This relationship is over. No, it can't be over. We spent too many years together. We're a good item. That was just a disagreement. No, that was total disrespect. And if you tolerate disrespect in a relationship early on, and then you want to get married, it's going to be hell in your household. And who wants 4 divorces? Yes. Who wants 4 divorces if you don't have to have 4 divorces? If you get the right one in the first place, you don't have to have all this turmoil in your life. But we always go in thinking, oh, I'm going to work on that. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna change that. Oh, when he get a whiff of this, oh, I don't like his clothes. Oh man, when I get him, I'm gonna take him out and I'm gonna take him to Nordstrom. I'm gonna hook him up because he don't even know how to dress. Really? You better take that Bama how he is if he loves you. But don't think you're gonna change him because you don't like something about him just like that. It's not about that. You can't change nobody but yourself. You can't change anybody but yourself. And that other person can change only if they see a need to change. They're not going to change for you. Who are you? They may even lie and tell you they're going to work on it just so you can get married to them. Because women are desperate for marriage, especially if they've never been married before. They're obsessed with it. They are obsessed. They will tell you what you want to hear, do what you want them to do, be up in their house all day, 24/7, anything for you to say, will you marry me? And I don't care if they're 45, 55, 65. Yeah, ladies, I'm talking about you. Because it doesn't make sense. Love is gone. Love ain't nowhere in this scenario at all. And it can be if we work together as one, communicate. Don't try to get nobody to be who you want them to be. You have to accept them as they are or forget about it. Go to the next person. But don't spend your time trying to change somebody that make you uncomfortable as they are. You can't expect them to be who you want them to be. Who are you to make them change, to adapt to you? Doesn't work that way. Trust me, I know. So, do you listen to that inner voice when you get alerts, or do you ignore it? Now, I'm going to tell you, I used to see the lies. This was with a husband. It got to the point, instead of me approaching his lies, I was so bent on staying married for my son's sake. So, William, little brother, I know what you mean. I was so hell-bent on staying married for my baby boy, for his sake, that I would help him lie. He would tell me, I'm working tonight. I got to fix this server. And, as a contractor, I might have to hit another building too. So then, as he's going out the door, honey, I'm going to that meeting I told you about. I would say, I thought you said you had to go fix the server in this building, in that building. Yeah, that's right. That's what I have to do. I gotta fix some servers. I'll see you in 3 hours. This is the all-nighter. Okay. All right, Tanya went through that for a minute for the reasons why you all went through that for a minute for your children. But then one day we got to wake up. Do you know we could lose our minds behind being in bad relationships? We can mentally snap. And we ain't going to talk about the show Snapped, because a lot of that comes from greed, where they just want the spouse's money and so forth. That's another story. But we can snap from pain and sorrow, where we just let it build up because we haven't dealt with it. We have not communicated what's on our minds, what's in our hearts, because we want to keep peace in the house. But if you don't have peace in your heart, the hell with a house. You can get another house. You can get another car. You got to have peace in your heart. And especially if you have children. You don't want to leave this earth when they're kids and you are wrapped up because of some person in your life. Come on, y'all. Brother says, Let them love you for yourself, not how they want you to be. Yes. You got to accept that package how it is. And you all have to be on one accord. You have to want to work together. You have to want to work together, and you have to love on each other, and you have to trust each other. And do away, if you're in a new relationship, sex should come way down the path. If it's initial, it's a no-brainer. It's not going to work. You don't build a relationship, a foundation on sex. You build it on love. And you think you're going to get love after you done had sex? No, you just get blinded. You get blinded from the sex. And then you say, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you, baby. Oh, yeah, I love you. But really, it ain't no love. It's lust, like our caller said tonight. Kenneth says, pay attention and look who the person shows you they are, not what they say, but what they are going to do. Actions. 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 And I'm going to tell you a story about that action. You think I didn't stay in that relationship because I didn't see action? I saw a whole lot of action. But guess what action I didn't see? Where that ring at? Where are those plans at? Where are the goals, the premarital goals? This is a 5-year relationship I'm talking about. Now everything else was there. Action oriented. I could tell you, I could do a book on the actions. But those actions were missing. And when I finally asked the question, hey, what's up? I don't do this. I'm a marital woman. I know somebody you hit this night and somebody and it don't work that way. This is Tanya Barbie. We don't roll like that. So where are we going? Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared of you. I'm scared. You got that? I asked the question, but I have to say I messed up. I waited a long time to ask, hey, what's up? Don't wait. Know where you going. Know your future. Have some answers. And as Kenneth said, you gotta be able to observe also. Now, if somebody's sitting there saying, yeah, baby, let me tell you what we gonna do. And when they doing all that, they lying. Don't even waste your time. And when they're doing a lot of they have no plans to be with you. They will lay up in your house. They will eat up all your food. They will leave garments behind so they can let people know they got some they're laying up their territory like a dog would. But they have no intentions of following through into a solid matrimony, which, if you are a loving person, if you are working on yourself to get prepared for the love of your life, you do not compromise your principles for no one. No one. William says, protect your heart at all times. You have to protect your heart at all times. And as William said, run, Forrest, run. You got to run. If somebody ever says they are scared of you, they're not ready for you. They're not ready for you. And that's a compliment, ladies. Don't be somewhere, he's scared of me. Oh, Lord. That's just saying he don't know what to do with you. You fired up. You're a winner. It's okay. But by all means, don't be afraid to ask questions, to confront situations that you know you need to confront, and listen to the inner voice. Don't ignore it. You know what? Most of us have heard that inner voice before we got married, and we did it anyway. Tell me I'm wrong. Most of us said, we heard that voice say, I don't know. I don't know if you should do this. You better step away from this one. Don't call them back. You better watch it. And you still do it? You go against the inner voice? You go against the inner voice. Why? William says a lot of people break their own heart by staying in relationships they are not happy in. William, that's a beautiful quote. A lot of people break their own heart. That's some crap. By staying in a relationship they're not happy in. What kind of crap is that? To be in a relationship that you know is breaking your heart. They ain't breaking your heart. You're doing it yourself. Absolutely, William. You are breaking your own heart if you sitting there broke down, confused, sad, brokenhearted, and this person's abusing you. Women abuse men too. They try everything in their power because some women, God bless them, because they need help. Lord have mercy. Bring me a good brother. They take a good brother as a nerd, a good brother, a provider, as somebody who getting on my nerves. A person, a man that shares his love with you, shares his family with you, put you up on a pedestal. He getting on your nerves. You wish he'd go somewhere and sit down. Every time you turn around, he's sweating you. Really? And you don't want him? I'm going to give you my phone number because I'm single. I want somebody think he's a nerd. I want somebody sincere who has all the intentions of loving me inside and out, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and accepting my package as it is and not scared of my package. But a woman could have that same good man and is dogging him out day in and day out because she wished she married the football player that had every girlfriend in college or high school, and she married him, the nerd. Really? What's wrong with us? You're right, William. We break our own heart. Ken said, thanks for being transparent, Tanya. So many people are afraid to do this and help each other out. I ain't afraid. I would love to sit on my phone all night long and hear a woman say, girl, he did this for me. Girl, oh my gosh. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something about Tanya. I won't be sitting here, really? Okay. I will be for real. What else? Tell me some more. He did? Oh my gosh, girl, he the one. He is the one, girl. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. He's the one. Why would I be jealous? We all deserve love. And if Judy gets it before I do, I'm happy for Judy. That means it's only days or years short, let's say months, okay, that it comes my way. But I'm not going to hate on my sister because she got it. She got the ring and she got a good man, and I'm in the wedding and I got to get my dress ready. Oh my gosh, it's okay. We got to do that. We got to help each other, Ken. We got to help each other. Who else we got? We got to stop hurting on each other. But y'all, please, thank you for that. Please. Wait a minute. I got one more. Have you ever been in a relationship for a long time only to find out he ain't the one, she ain't the one? How did you handle it? Did you stay or did you run? That's what I would like to know. If we can close out, y'all could be I could be here with you all night long. William says he meant don't want marriage, not scared. I agree with you, my brother. But I ain't gonna be in no relationship for 10 years and I ain't got no 2, 3, 4 carat on my finger. I'm not gonna do that. I did it for 5 years. I was not going to compromise myself any longer. But I will say this, I got to learn a lot. I got to learn a lot about me. And as I'm doing that, William, I became prepared. And I like that. And I feel like I'm a better woman. I'm a smarter woman. And I'm more mature. I know more about relationships. I know what doesn't work and I know what will work. So I'm very excited about that. I'm still a Rose. And in spite of all of that drama, I am still a Rose and I'm okay with that. So you're absolutely right. You on the spot tonight. You really are. All it is excuses. Yes, it is. William says, a lot of women out here love roughnecks. I don't get it. I don't get it either, William, because they'll be with a roughneck and then they'll be complaining on the phone to their girlfriends. Girl, he did this to me, and I can't believe he left me at the movies and was over there talking to that girl with that big butt. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why you don't get it? Why you don't? You the one want to be with that man with his pants hanging down. And they be some 40-something-year-old women with these thugs with their pants hanging down. I'm trying to understand. We did do a conversation about the roughnecks and the bad boys. It was typically sex. That's what we all admitted to. It was just sex. And like I said, in this age group, didn't we have enough of just that? Why would now we want a committed relationship with someone that we love? And I'm going to tell you, if you're in a loving relationship, isn't sex much better than somebody you bumping and grinding with that you don't even know? Or is it? Maybe I'm just crazy. But that's something you need to ask yourself too. And William says we need to talk about the one day, the women who we have had that conversation, little brother, a while back, but we could pick it up again because we still love roughnecks. So we can always address that. But I want you all to think about that. Have you ever been in a relationship for a long time only to find out, only to discover that, like a shocking moment, oh my gosh, I don't think he's for me. Or I don't think she's for me. So if you have, don't wait that long. Do some interviews without the interviews. Ask questions. Observe them with their families. Observe them on the telephone. Observe them talking to their girlfriends. Observe them in every situation and take notes. Take mental notes. Don't be sitting there writing like a spy. I'm just saying, take notes. Observe. Pay attention. Get out your phone. So many of us are sitting there all day with this phone. This phone is going to be the death of us because we're so consumed in who did this. Now I'm doing it for a job, My goal is to share my story with everybody that I can share my story with the hopes of helping just one person. And that one person helps somebody else. And it keeps going in a domino effect. We don't have to stay in our pain, because I've met so many bitter women. And half the time they can't, when I trace them back to the core, they didn't pay attention to their inner voice. So when I talk to them and have them redirect that anger to themselves and not Joe Blow, then they're at peace. Then they can forgive themselves and they can start meeting new people once they prepare themselves. You got to prepare yourself for love. Don't just get out of a relationship and go get in another one. Prepare yourself, heal, get through that, and then go out there and start meeting people and start paying attention to whoever it is you in a relationship with. Please. I love you guys. This has been awesome. We've spent a whole hour. You guys, love on yourself. I love you. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Please share if you love it. Please share. Please share your comments. I address every single comment that I have. If I missed it on live tonight, please do not let somebody hurt you. We're not going to tolerate that anymore. We have to stand fast in what we believe in, and we have to manage our expectations of others. Don't try to change anybody, but by daggone sure, change yourself for the better. Upgrade. Upgrade. We got to upgrade. We got to love on us. Love on us. All right? I love you. Amen. That's what I want when my wife posts, if I can help, one mission is done. Good night, my sis. I love you guys. Thank you, William. Thank you for joining us. Please share, and I'll see you again next Thursday. I'll be at WBGR Online Gospel Network on next Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Reverend Allison. And what else am I going to tell you? That's enough for now. YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube station, Tanya Barbie. All these videos are transferred over there, and I will start going live there too at some point when I can find the time. But share this video if you know it'll help somebody. All right. I love you. I am still a rose in spite of. And my book just came out, Amazon, anywhere books are sold. Please buy it and let me know what you think after you read it in its entirety. I want all the comments and reviews. Thank you very much. Y'all got this. We got to do it. All right. I love you. Good night.